Hey everybody, thanks for tuning back in to Crypto Mainly. My name's Lee. 298 subscribers now, guys. Well on the way to 300. So, new channel, guys. As you know, if you're new to the channel, please don't let the number of subscribers put you off. This is a new venture. I've been working with one of the most recognized influencers in the crypto space for the last 2 or 3 years. Been in the crypto space for about 5 years, 4 or 5 years myself. So very experienced, guys. So please don't let that number of subscribers put you off. But thank you all the same. Those 298 subscribers, most of which are in my Telegram group, and a nice bunch of really intelligent and a collection of really nice people with positive attitudes. Really, really lovely. So do come along and join us, guys. There is a free Telegram group. The link is in the description below. So we'll see on my YouTube page here. There's some links to my Twitter and also to OpenSea. Let's just go over to OpenSea, and you can see that this is my NFT sales at the moment. Please do make sure, guys, you verify my account. As you can see, I am the owner of cryptomainly.eth. That is my wallet address. That can't be replicated. So cryptomainly.eth with no dots or letters or numbers or anything after it. Again, you can also notice on the right hand side here that we've got some links to my other feeds and things. So if we go to the Twitter, take you over to my Twitter account, which again is at crypto mainly, no dots or letters or numbers or anything like that. So that's the way to verify the account, guys. So we've got links from my YouTube to OpenSea and to my Twitter Telegram there. If you purchase an NFT at the moment, I am offering 6 months complimentary access to the VIP Telegram group. And just to give you an idea of what that means, if we look on my Twitter profile, you can see some examples of some of the trades that we've had success with over the last couple of days. So 38% gains on this one, 35% gains on this. There's no leverage on these, but you can look at this on my Twitter page. Once again, 25% gains overnight, basically, with no leverage. These are not leverage trade positions, guys. Again, 28% gains there. So you can see, we also do leverage trade positions in the group as well. So this one was a short trade, so a leverage trade position. So these types of trade here are spot purchases. So you can see, with no leverage and things, we're making 35% gains, 25, 35% gains. And also when it comes to Bitcoin leverage trading, you'll see that we've had a number of successes as well. So my current hit rate is about 65 to 75%, which is when you're using a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio like we do in the group. That's a more than successful strategy to becoming a profitable trader. So thanks ever so much for your interest in that, guys. So there is a free Telegram group, as I say, in the link in the description below. Please do come along and join that. It's not just a shilling group, guys. I do try to make the group nice and entertaining, and it's a great bunch of people in there. So it's not just a group that I use just to shill my own NFT private Telegram group, but of course, that's ultimately I'd like you to come and join, of course. But it's not just a shill only group, so don't be put off by that, guys. I know a lot of people have public groups just to show their own sort of paid groups, and that's not my intention for mine. So please do come along and take a look, guys. Let's jump into the content. Okay, so we've had a couple of things happen actually with Bitcoin. We've got a little bit of a bounce here from these lows. You can see that you've got these strong wick rejections when we came down to 20,500 here. There's someone in the market, someone with a big checkbook is saying, nope, we're not going to be coming back down below the 20,000 mark again. So possibly because the last time it came below the 20,000 again, there was all sorts of press articles and things saying, oh, Bitcoin falls below 20,000 again, yet again, and things like that. So possibly, there may be some people that, some of the big players that perhaps fell foul to that news. So once the articles went out and everyone was saying, "Oh, it's come back below 20,000 again," it may be that people go into the exchanges and sell again and things and everything else. So it may be just possibly that the exchanges just don't want that bad press again of going under 20,000, which we can see here. We were looking at the interestingly, this was on a 4 hour time frame. We had a sloping resistance, and we came down and we retested the breakout on 2 occasions. There you can see where those green arrows are. And also we came down a little bit lower for a third test, but this is looking like it's trying to bottom now, and you can see that the neckline of this head and shoulders is at that 20,950. So the top purple dotted line there, 20,950, and you can see that we've actually broken back above that neckline and coming back down onto the top of it to find support. So actually, if Bitcoin closes above 20,900, 21,000 obviously ideally, but if it can hold this level, which is incidentally on this chart is the neckline of this W here, so 20,950 is actually somewhere in that region there. So this is what we're looking to hold, guys. We want this region here. We want this region here to hold, and this is a trade that we were looking at in the group actually earlier today. We did get the breakout. If we look on a smaller time frame, the breakout was very clear here. So we did open a leverage trade position at that level, and we've got a rejection. We've come back below, but I think this is going to be short lived. It's looking now like we're coming down and retesting the neckline. It's certainly I'm certainly holding the trade open, so we can see this. So yeah, I mean, although this is actually, obviously we've got these lows here are actually lower than these, which isn't ideal for this bottoming pattern. But we have got a neckline more or less here, which is, sorry, it's dreadful drawings today. Sorry guys, let's draw it with a straight line. I might have a bit of chance there, but we've got a neckline here, which is what we need to hold. Okay, guys, that line there. And that is the 20,950 level, okay, which on the other chart you can see it's actually the breakout of the neckline. So we're coming back down and retesting the top of that neckline now as support. So all being well, guys, if that holds, I do think we're going to break out through there, and I think this trade is going to hit. You'll also notice that if we do that and we do break back above, particularly that dotted line there is the 21,118, so 21,100 and 50 level, shall we say. It is a 4-hour time frame, a key sort of resistance from a 4-hour time frame. Hence, when we broke through it on the 15-minute time frame, we did enter that trade. But I do think we're gonna have a little bit of a consolidation, a little bit in this area, and then we're gonna break higher, and I do think that will lead to continuation higher. Again, looking at this, this is something along these lines, as I'm sure you can see, guys. So the measured move of this is going to take us back up to the range highs here, and hence I'm taking profits on the way up basically. But yeah, that's just falling channel. This is a bullish pattern, and we're looking like we're holding the neckline here and looking like we're going to get continuation higher, and obviously that's where this comes in here. So the 200 SMA is obviously still marked on this chart here. And obviously, that's what we need to get above, really, guys. But just incidentally, on that point, guys, we were talking I had a Zoom meeting, which was really fun. A lot, really enjoyable. Lots of intelligent conversation and questions and things in the Zoom meeting that we had with my Telegram with the NFT VIP group members last night. And I was just showing them that just one point of interest, really, guys, which I'll show you if we go back even through right the way back to the beginning of time. The first cycle actually isn't as clear, so let's just ignore that one for now. We'll come back to this in just a moment, but if we start with this cycle here, you can see actually that we get like the once we've had the sell off, and you get this move down, you do get like a reversal pattern here. So for those of you that I'm sure that some of you will know what a Harami candle looks like. But this candle here is inside this candle body. So in this area here, this would normally be a reversal candle pattern, and people will be expecting price to continue higher from here. But in actual fact, so just to explain what the Harami candle is, this candle body is inside this bigger body. Okay, you can see that there. So it's actually inside that body. So you would expect to see a reversal from there usually. And what you've actually got is actually an immediate sell off. So instead of getting the reversal that we would have been looking for, where are we? So here, instead of getting that reversal pattern, you get a sell off afterwards. And the same if we go to the next part of the cycle, we get this sell off region here. You get the candle here again, this Harami candle there, which is here. Okay, candle body inside this one. So you would be normally expecting to see a reversal there, but in actual fact, we got shortly afterwards we got the sell-off, another big sell-off, And the reason I'm showing you this, guys, is even, as we are now, if we zoom in, you can see, we've got the Harami candle. So what's next? Do we get that sell-off as we have done in all of the, in these previous cycles here? So after the initial sell-off, you get a reversal pattern, and then actually you get a further dump down, which is nasty. But I mean, even on the first cycle here, guys, it's not quite as clear. But you've got, and it is a little bit different, to be fair, in terms of the structure. But you get a big sell-off, then you get a bounce, and then you get there. You've got the similar pattern again, where you've got prices coming down, and you get the Harami candle there, looking like you're going to get some kind of reversal and bullish action. So this one here, so you get the prices coming down, you get the Harami, which would then suggest normally that you get, bullish continuation. And even on this first part of the cycle, you can see that actually, that's how it's played out. So you get like a reversal type pattern, as if we're going to get some bullish action, and you don't actually get that. Also, guys, one of the things which we were talking about in the group is that we are below the 200 simple moving average now. So this yellow line is the 200 simple moving average. You'll see on the history here, if we go from the sort of cycle lows, right, the lows to the highs, you'll see that the consolidation point is actually between the 78 and the 88.6 on the retracement. So the dotted line in that instance is actually just between the 78 and the 88.6, but you can see that's the area of consolidation. Sure enough, if you go to the next cycle, so again, low to highs of that cycle, the 78.6 and the 88.6 retracement, the dotted line is immediately in between, and that's the area of consolidation. You will notice that the 200 weekly simple moving average comes in and starts to measure there. It doesn't measure before then, because obviously there's not enough data here to be able to measure the 200 moving average. There's not 200 candles basically behind this point for it to actually start measuring off, and that's why it only starts there. But you can see, the dotted line between the 78.6 and the 88.6 is immediately where the consolidation area is, and it's above the 200 simple moving average there. Much the same as here. Again, guys, low to high, 78.6, 88.6. The consolidation area is the dotted line between. And once again, the 200 simple moving average is what holds the support there. And obviously the recent, where we are now, we are slightly different, as I've said before, guys. But the low to the high of this cycle, the 78 to the 88.6, the dotted line between would suggest sort of a 14,000 price target. But what's different now is that you'll see that the 200 simple moving average is actually, well above the price action at the moment. It's currently at 22,004, so say 22,500 for round numbers is where the 200 simple moving average is. We did not get the bounce above the 200 simple moving average on last week's close, so that again would also suggest that there's going to be, some further downside. But we'll come to the downside in just a minute, guys. But if this Harami candle does play out in the same way that it has previously, i.e., given a sort of bullish hope and then it rolls over, added to that below the 200 simple moving average, which would suggest that price is going to continue lower. What I would suggest, guys, is if we just add on the 300 simple moving average to this chart, you can see something quite interesting, and that is that it's at the 78.6 level, and it's at around about the sort of $16,700 mark. So if we look back, so for the worst cases in history in Bitcoin, you can see the COVID crash, for example. The 300 simple moving average was sort of the last point that actually held as support in that dreadful circumstance there. And also you can see when we've got this big wick down here in the the 2015 spike down to the lows. If you were to extend that line out, you can more or less see that that's where the 300 simple moving average is going to catch price as like a ultimately worst case scenario. So I do think, guys, that the worst case scenario, I think this Harami candle may play out. I think what we can hope for, I do think that we're going to get some nice alt action shortly. You're looking at the altcoin charts. We do that regularly in my group as well. But if we just carry on this 200 simple moving average, you can see that between the previous support block here. So this support block is the 2017 high to the candle close. You can see that there's like a nice shelf of support there which we bounced off. The 200 simple moving average, if we extend that out, what we can hope for, guys, and this would be actually be really nice, is if we see Bitcoin's price, perhaps continuing, trapped between these two for the next few weeks, and then obviously, we could get the next sort of 4 to 6 weeks of nice, nice altcoin action. That's kind of, I think, what we're going to be looking at now, having looked at the fact that we haven't closed above the 200 SMA. It's the first time in history, actually, guys, that we've got the first candle obviously closed below the 200 SMA, and then we've got a complete closure below the 200 SMA for last week. And that's actually the first time that's happened in Bitcoin's history. The only sort of saving grace for all of this, guys, as we've spoken about before, is the RSI is at the lowest it's ever been on the weekly and on the monthly. So a bounce is coming. You would expect to see that. It's just when is it going to happen? How long is that going to take? As you can see here, for example, we've got a nice bounce, but obviously we've got a roll over and back to retest the lows. So we could get the nice bounce up into the 200 SMA and then roll over and come back down. And as long as we're sort of staying in this sort of range, we will get, for altcoins to perform the best, believe it or not, it's when Bitcoin is going sideways. If you get pumps out of Bitcoin, people tend to sell their altcoins into Bitcoin in the hope that they're not going to miss the Bitcoin gains. And if Bitcoin dumps in price, it tends to draw altcoin prices down. So obviously, people sell. I mean, I'm talking when Bitcoin makes sudden moves, quick moves up to the upside or quick moves to the downside. So quick moves to the upside, people sell their altcoins into the Bitcoins. They don't want to miss out on those Bitcoin gains, and if it can make some big move to the downside, then you tend to get stop losses hit and things like that, and people selling out their altcoins because the prices are coming down. The one sort of key governor for all of this is obviously the Bitcoin dominance, and we can see actually that we've had quite a nice. We'll look at that on a different chart. Sorry, guys. Bear with me for a second. Let's have a look at it on this one. So we've got some drawings on this particular chart. So for those of you that have been following me for a while, you'll know that we've been looking at this chart for a long time now. And you can see actually that we've got an area of consolidation on the dominance here, but this is looking like it's going to roll over and come back down to this support level here. So this is looking like it's going to fail and come down and retest that support. At that point, guys, if Bitcoin breaks, if the dominance breaks below these support lines, then that is going to look really nice. And that's what I'm hoping for. It is possible. All of this, I think, has all been caused by the Luna and UST collapse and things, and it was all very distorted. All of this, I think, is very distorted, and I'm hoping that we're going to break through this support and we're going to get the continuation lower whilst Bitcoin is going sideways. And if that does happen, this is where the alt season will come into fruition. So that's what I'm hoping for, guys. But as I say, from a charting point of view, this is distorted because of Luna. But from a charting point of view, this would be just a retest. And once we get to these levels, if we do start to see bounces from there, that's perhaps the time that you want to be taking money out of any profits that you've made in the altcoins in the move from here to the downside. There is profit to be made, guys. It's finding the right charts and finding the right coins, and the way to do that is spending a lot of time looking at charts and looking, spending the hours putting in, investing in, and inputting the TA into various charts and setting alerts and things, and it takes many hours to do that each day, and that's where I think the value comes in from my NFT VIP group. Is that I do post the altcoin chart setups in that group, and I do spend hours and hours every day trying to find the best calls. And obviously, sometimes I could be watching the chart for days and weeks, even months, and then we get to a breakout point. And if I'm not, if I miss the alert and things, I tend to sometimes miss those breakouts and things. But my point is that some of the coins or things and charts I'm posting, I may have been watching for several days at least, and maybe weeks and even months on some of them. So there's a lot of value in that, I think, guys, and that's where the real value comes in. The charts that I post are not just kind of guesses; they're sort of structured approach from my trading strategy and trading plan, and I do only post the charts when I think that they're actually in the area of potential buying opportunities, rather than just sort of posting several different charts that don't really mean anything. I do tend to post the charts which I think are going to have the quick gains in a short period of time. As I say, have a look at my Twitter and you'll see some of the results. But thanks for listening, guys. I'm going to cut it short there. And take care, guys. Do join the free public group. The link is in the description below, and I'll look forward to seeing you in there. Thanks for listening, guys. Always remember, take profits and buy something real. Take care. See you tomorrow.